Hello everyone. I'm Gokul Raj, and today I'm going to present my paper on design and development of simulator software for formation flight of drones. I'm currently doing my bachelor's in PS University on electronics and communication. I'm in my third year right now. Firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Manikandan J, who is a co-author as well as my mentor during this entire project, during writing this paper. Now I will start the project with a vision. Our vision is to create a GUI based simulator for pattern formation for swarm of drones using robot operating system, and also to create a test bed for various pattern formation algorithms. So generally, formation control is considered as a research topic for multi-robot systems, including swarm of drones, and gains significant attention in nowadays. From light shows conducted by Intel to the delivery robots which are delivering food and medicines around the world using drones, drones become a significant part of technological world and also become a part of commercialization. Now, ROS is widely used to program drones because of its flexibility, hardware abstraction, and its tools for simulation and visualization. So we thought to create a GUI-based simulator uh, where the user can draw whatever he wants, and the swarm of drones will form that particular shape in the air in simulation. So, and also we thought to make this GUI in a way that anyone can test their algorithm using this GUI. We used Gazebo as a simulation software. But why Gazebo? Because Gazebo is an open source 3D robotics simulator which integrates Open Dynamics Physics Engine and OpenGL. This allows us to experience features like force, inertia, momentum, gravity, and all the features which is relatable to real world. It is considered as a well-designed simulator, enabling designers to rapidly test algorithms, design robots, and perform regression testings and train AI system using realistic scenarios. It is most commonly used because of its accurately and efficiently simulate populations of robots in complex indoor and outdoor environments. It is considered as real-world alternative simulation tool because the designs implemented in Gazebo can easily implemented into real robots. When you design a robot using a CAD software like Fusion 360 or SolidWorks, you can directly convert it into a URDF file, which you can be imported in Gazebo. Once it's imported, it will be a static model. Then you will be adding plugins, which will help the static model gain functionalities of actuators and sensors so that you can code them as you are coding it in the real robot. You will get the raw data from the Gazebo, which you get from actual sensors, and you will use that to code, and then you will give outputs to motors to the robot which is in Gazebo, similar to the way how you give input to motors in real world. Simulating multiple drones. So first I would like to thank Hector Quadcopter package, which is an open source package. The existing package can simulate one drone in Gazebo environment and can use all the sensors in that particular drone. We have created a new launch file which could simulate multiple drones simultaneously with different namespaces. Each drone will have their own name. For example, if I want to control drone number 5, then I can say drone number 5 x velocity go to 5 and z velocity go to 10. Then I can change the velocity of that particular drone. So in this picture, you can see 12 drones are simulated in the Gazebo environment and placed one after other. But why we use Hector quadcopter when there are other open source quadcopters like Parrot drone, AR drone, Helicopter? The major reason is because Hector quadcopter comes with a very good payload. Like it has a GPS, IMU, barometer, magnetometer, camera, and a 3D LiDAR, which can be used for various tasks from surveillance to delivery of goods, from GPS navigation to 3D mapping. This payload helps us for a variety of operations so that the swarm pattern formation can be extended to various other use cases also. And other than that, the Hector quadcopter package has a very good community support comparing to all other quadcopters. The GUI proposed, we have made a GUI using HTML, CSS, and the codes which are running in Python linked with the GUI using EEL library with the help of JavaScript. The GUI is very basic, has just three buttons: start drones, draw pattern, and camera. Once the drones are simulated in Gazebo as shown in the previous picture, then you can click on the start drones button, which will initiate a service call, which will make the drones to start and get ready, like turn on all the sensor functions. Then the draw pattern button is used to draw a 2D pattern in a drawing pad, and which will communicate the goal locations to the drones, which will ensure the pattern form is similar to whatever you drew. The camera button is used for getting visual output from any drone during the pattern formation. So I will just show you the GUI. Here you can see this is a basic GUI and has three buttons as explained. Now how this forms the pattern. First we start the drone using that particular button. Then we draw in the drawing pad by using mouse clicks. Once we complete our drawing, automatically the coordinates are converted into goal for the drones and then it's sent to the simulator. But we are drawing it and it's just XY, but the drones are flying, so it needs a Z coordinate. We fixed a Z coordinate as 13 meters, so all the pattern formation happens in 13 meters from the ground. We created a PID controller which takes in the drone number and the goal of that drone as inputs. So if I say 5 and 6,7, then my PID controller will take the inputs. It will make the sixth drone to go in and levitate in 13 meters height and go to goal position 6,7. So I will show my demo and explanation now. So can you please show the video? So to use this package, you can directly go to the GitHub mentioned in my paper and you can download the particular package. First, you have to create a ROS workspace so that you can put all the codes inside the workspace. So I'm creating a workspace called as drone_ws. Now you can download this package and extract the files inside that workspace and source it so that you can use the files mentioned in that. So this package has 3 folders and drone GUI, Hector localization and quadcopter. So I'm making the package. And now I will be launching the drone simulation. So once I run this command, ROS launch Hector quadcopter all.launch, 12 drones will be simulated in my Gazebo environment. You can see over here, all the 12 drones are getting simulated and each drone has names like UAV 1, 4, 5, 7, 2, 3, something like that. So now I will be opening the GUI and I will start the drones and give the goals as explained. So my GUI is open. Now I'm starting the drone, which will initiate the service call. You can see the returning true. That means the drone is turned on. Now I will draw the pattern. So you can see a drawing pad is opened over here. So whenever I click a point over there, that point will be highlighted and communicated to the Gazebo. This drawing pad has around 20 cross 20 grids. Each grid represents 1 cross 1 meters. So I completed drawing 12 points and you can see the drones are moving and the drones will form the particular pattern. These points are communicated to my PID controller, which initiates this motion. And also there is you can see a bigger circle around that smaller circle, which indicates there is that's a prohibition of flying. Each drone has a radius which protects it from colliding from other drone. If 2 drones come so closer, the drone with the least number of index will wait when the drone with more number index will move. That is, if UAV 5 and 7 are in same place, UAV 7 will move and 5 will stop. You can see the camera output of the drone over here. And also if you want to again form some different pattern, you can just draw the pattern and the drones will start for the shape. Now I will explain how this can be used as a test bed for various other algorithms. So you can see the drones are forming the particular shape. Okay, now if you open the particular package which you downloaded, the control1.py, this is the place where you have to replace your algorithm. So first we are taking input as drone number and the P is nothing but the point XY coordinate. Then it is sending to this function. This is my PID algorithm, which generates the command velocities according to the error. This is the draw.py. This is the code which basically gets input from the drawing pad and then sending the goal to the controller. We are using the controller like a library and we are initiating multiple process where each process sends the goal for each drone and that using the controller we designed. You can see the results obtained by our pattern formation algorithm. So these are in the left side, you can see the drawn pattern and the right side, the drones forming that shape. And in the rightmost, you can see how the path taken by each drone, where blue represents the initial position of the drone and the black color triangle represents the final position of the drone. This is a 3D graph generated. We just took screenshots so that we can present it in the PPT. Yeah, the conclusions. So the proposed simulator makes pattern formation easier and acts as a testbed for any pattern formation algorithm, because before designing your real drones, before testing algorithms on that, it's really helpful if you have a simulator which is similar to the real world, which has all the uh, things like gravity, inertia, force and stuff, so that you can test it according to various situations. The proposed work can be easily integrated with actual drones, because that is the main advantage of ROS framework. Once you like complete the simulation, once you complete the coding, then if you have a real hardware, it's very easy to shift. The proposed extension would also increase the scope of work to several other consumer applications like delivery of goods, scene monitoring, rescue operation, firefighting, cinematography. You can do a number of things using this simulator. You can test different algorithms for different things and use the payloads for different operations. The proposed work can also be used for just simulating one single drone and then working with that. So next slide. Oh, sorry. Uh, yeah, these are all the references which we used for literature survey. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer that. Yeah.
Are there any limits in number of drones? Have you tested the limits of the simulation software? Thousands or hundreds of thousands?
Actually, yes, there are limits, because as I said, Gazebo is something like a real world environment. And generally when you test like thousands of drones, 2000 of drones, you will use a 2D simulator, which won't have any graphics. You don't need to render anything. It will be just like points to check the algorithm. But the Gazebo, basically the limit of number of drones is based on your computer specification, based on the graphic card, based on the processor and stuff like that. We have simulated in NVIDIA 1050 Ti. We have successfully, we could simulate up to 48 drones uh, with the i5 processor. So what we thought was you can test algorithms for around 200 or 300 drones in using the 2D simulator by creating just points, and then you can test whether it's working as a proof of concept with just like some 30-40 drones in using Gazebo and ROS, which will give you a confidence that if it works for this will work for others, because Gazebo, it should render everything and movement and everything, so it's completely based on the system's performance.
Okay, thank you very much.